Raswami Babaji. I heard a concept. I asked you this question before too about the free will. I heard that you go into a situation where you need to make two choices, and it always pre-written that even thinking and then making like choice, you go with choice number two. Even it is also pre-written. So it always confuses me, Babaji. What is actually free will?
Beta, to tell you the truth, we think we have free will, that's why we make choices. But in reality, there's nothing called free will. You see, the choice that you are making is dependent upon many factors. It is dependent upon the type of education you've had, it's dependent upon the parentage, the country where you are born in, the education, everything. And these are not in your hands. So where is the free will?
Yes, Babaji.
But today we think we have a choice. And because we think we have a choice, so we exercise our right to choose. So you have to, again, like I was saying, that you have to reach a certain level of consciousness to understand that, look, it's better that I trust him rather than make a choice. Now, if he makes the choice, there's no question of karma. But if you make a choice, then you are bound by the action and the reaction and the consequence.
But Babaji, here you means we cannot differentiate between is it actually coming like you are innerly feeling, or is it just your mind tricking you again?
Till you are within the parameters of the mind can do anything. Mind can project positive, mind can project negative. But once you are able to go beyond mind and Maya, then where is the question of the mind? That's why I said the level of consciousness. So once you've gone beyond mind and Maya, mind is then totally in your control.
Mm-hmm.
That is the time that your Vivek will actually work.
Okay, Babaji. Babaji, my last question is, I personally feel this thing that whenever I got kind of a positive thing towards spirituality, I thought that okay, I feel something, right, inner me, and it's just like that. I am putting one step from my side, right, and then I feel that I've got into those situations or something like that where I attracted towards the negativity, and it's like a very strong pull. I two steps back for the negativity, and I noticed this pattern multiple times.
But the mind is going to take the easy way out. The easy way out is downward and outward. This is like swimming across the current, against the current.
Yeah.
So definitely mind is going to take the easy way out. The question is, what is right? At the ending of the day, you have to suffer the consequences, no? So why would I do anything wrong? If tomorrow it's going to be a burden on me, it's like going and borrowing a lot of money from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You have to return it with interest. Now you could be happy for 2-3 days, but after that the interest starts accruing. Now I know that I have to pay it back. What am I doing? So if we use our Vivek, if we use our sense of discrimination, there's absolutely no need to be negative, beta. We just take the easy way out. Everybody is doing it, so I'm doing it. Well, everybody is going to pay the price, and so are you.
Oh, it means things happen, then for a couple of days or maybe weeks, you feel guilty about that.
There will be a consequence for every action of yours. Every action. Nothing in life is free. Nothing. So why don't we think before we put our step forward?
Sorry, Babaji. Babaji, I miss you a lot. Whenever I'm in your presence, I feel happy. When I'm not near you, I feel nervous and anxious.
But our relationship with the Master is like our relationship with our children. Now, children can't be around their parents all their life. You have to slowly wean the children away and help them to stand on their own feet. Of course, the easiest thing is to do everything for the child. But then the father is not fulfilling his responsibility. So this relationship is not to create a dependency, but to help that we understand and we are able to take decisions on our own Because, beta, at the ending of the day, it's our action that is going to see us through. Most of us, we come from one dependency and we go and create another dependency. That becomes a contradiction.
Radhaswami Babaji, my first question is actually from someone who is not in Singapore at the moment. May I read her question to you? I'm going to read as is. Due to the seriousness and sudden departure of our only young non-initiate son, born to initiated parents, causing a lot of trouble to a mother like me, I'm very much tense about the circumstances and situations, whether the soul has been taken care of by Your Holiness at those critical and crucial moments. Your gratefulness is humbly begging to console me with your graceful blessing, clearing any suspicion from my mind that is still haunting me. His separation is haunting her and she wants to know.
Beta, it's a very simple thing. We are in this creation, why? Because of our karmas. Now, once the karma finishes of any individual or any soul, that soul is going to go. So there's a saying in English, those whom the Lord loves die young. So, small children, for example, a few karmas, they are born, finish their karmas, and they go off. Now, as parents, yes, it becomes difficult for us to bear the loss, but to say that the Lord won't take care of His souls, He will take care of all His souls. Why should we ever doubt that? We are looking only from the physical point of view. Coming and going is in the Lord's hand, beta, it's not in anybody's hands. The day somebody has to be born and the day somebody has to die is predetermined. Now you go by illness, you go by accident, or you can go hale and hearty. But the time is predestined. So when we say, okay, why did he have an accident? Why did he go through pain? Why did he go through illness? He had to go. At that moment, nothing can keep you back. So, isn't it better to accept? Doesn't he know better than us? Or do we know better?
He knows better.
So, if he knows better, I know it's not easy to accept the going away of a little child like that. But at the same time, I think we have to strengthen ourselves to be able to accept what he has in store for us and to learn to stay in his will, beta.
Thank you,
In
Baba.
Bani, Guru Sahib says, Jo tis pave nanka sai gal changi. Thy will be done.
Babaji, how to live in that will? I mean, sometimes it's so tempting, to ask for something, to say, oh, I hope this will be done. I hope, how to just accept and live in His
See,
will.
but on a practical level, everything stems from a need. To say that as human beings we won't have desires or we won't have needs or we won't have demands, the mind is created in such a manner. But slowly, He's given us that sense of discrimination. Isn't that what separates us from the lower beings? So, shouldn't we see what is beneficial for me and what is not good for me? If I'm going to increase my needs, I'm going to be burdened by all that my entire life. So, need versus want are two different things. I definitely need clothes to wear. But how many? I mean, I can have cupboards full and my want still may not be fulfilled. I need 2 square meals a day. But I want to eat in fancy restaurants and 7-course meals and all that sort of a thing. At the ending of the day, you are only going to digest that little bit, nothing else. So it's more the mind which is creating all these wants and these desires. There's no wrong in hoping for a better future, for hoping for something positive. But at what cost? If that hope of mine is going to create a burden in my way, it's going to make me obsessive, then I'm just delaying my progress, na? Because the heavier the load, my speed will go slower and slower. Lighter the load, the faster I will go.
Babaji, one last question. You see, sometimes, like for satsang and all that, and there's times, and we have to balance work as well. Sometimes there's a duty there as well, but there's always a quandary, whether to leave work and come for satsang and to come for darshan, or to do the duty that you think there and then make the time when, as you can, you try. But if you can't, then
There's no hard and fast rule. Okay? This time you must come for satsang, or you must stay at work, or you must do this. Nothing is a must. Keep a balance. There are times when work is very important. Finish your work. There are times one feels a little low, one needs a certain environment, positive environment. I must go for satsang.
is it bad to miss? Because there is sometimes no choice, or you feel there's no choice.
No, that's up to you, beta. Nothing is a must, like I said. Nothing is a must. Everything, we come to satsang for the environment. But if I'm going to put additional pressure on myself, then what environment have I created?
Yeah.
Sitting in satsang, if I'm going to be thinking about my work, or what will my boss say, or what will my husband or wife say, then what environment have I created?
That's it. Yeah.
Just keep a balance.
Thank you, Babaji. Thank you so much.
Rasami Babaji, please can I know how can we practice self-forgiveness so there is less turmoil within us and we can focus better on our meditation?
Beta, one of the main part of meditation is to come to terms with yourself. When we are constantly seeking social contact, or we are going out and doing all sorts of things, is because we are running away from ourselves. So first you have to come to terms with yourself, beta. If you are at good terms with yourself, no matter what anybody says or does is not going to affect you. And beta, pity is the worst possible thing. It's an indulgence, which we can't afford. Never indulge in self-pity, beta. To the extent we've done something, if you think it's wrong, apologize, say sorry, and move on. Don't indulge in self-pity. Learn to be comfortable with yourself, learn to be happy with yourself, and nobody else can do anything.
Sometimes you feel that what's right for you might not be, the others might not be okay with that.
But you have to learn to live with yourself, na? At the ending of the day, you have to learn to live with yourself. If you are comfortable with yourself, it doesn't make a difference. But if you think you can please everybody else, you can spend your entire life. There will be 4 people who are happy, there will be 4 people who are not happy.
Also, can I ask, so for every action, there is a conditioned reaction. Is forgiveness an unconditioned reaction that potentially cuts us from the automatism of cause and effect and potentially brings us closer to our objective?
See, beta, who are we to judge? No. When we talk about forgiveness, yes, we should forgive. But should I feel that I have the ability to forgive?
Not anybody.
If I am a sinner myself,
Yeah.
then how can I be judging people? So don't hold on to negativity. By holding on to grudges, you're holding on to negativity. Let go. Only hold on to positive things.
It's just that sometimes we question our choices, what has brought us to certain situations.
It again depends upon how you view life, beta. If somebody's been successful all his life, he has never seen failure, he will never value that success. If somebody's always been happy, never seen sorrow, he will never value it. So, to condition the mind and to reach that level of maturity, you have to have both. That's how you become mature. If every day is sunny, the world will burn down. If it's raining, it will drown. So there's a purpose of the sun, there's a purpose of the rain, there's a purpose of the clouds. Today maybe we don't understand that purpose. But you have to go through every aspect of life to be able to get that balance. And that will help you towards maturity better. There will be ups and downs. Let nobody tell you that you can have an ideal life or that there won't be sorrow or there won't be happiness. We will all go through those phases.
Right, Babaji, I hope I can continue to make right choices. It brings me closer to the object.
Rasun Babaji. Babaji, we often listen from you that one man's food can be other man's poison. So Babaji, like if life put us like, in this kind of situation, like what's the ideal we should do?
Not to hurt anybody, love everybody.
Okay, Babaji.
Yeah, but you're hurting me when you are not being a good human being.
So Babaji, you feel I'm not a good human being?
You're not?
I'm asking you, you know better.
I don't judge.
But you just said that,
What did I say?
like, am I, like, so this gives me a
I
question.
said it will hurt if you're not a good human being.
I will try to be a good human being.
There's always scope to be better.
Yes, Babaji.
There's a very interesting story about the first Sikh Guru, Guru Nanak. It is said that somewhere in probably Pakistan, Karachi side or something, he was going into a town, and when they heard he's coming, they sent out a glass full of milk, symbolically means saying that there are already plenty of teachers out here, you don't need another one. You know what he did? He took a rose petal and just put it on top. There's always scope for more.
Cherry on the top. Ji, Babaji.
Radha Swami, my Lord, it's so wonderful to see you. Last year, I missed you by just a few days. I'm so happy today I'm able to see you. I'm trying very, very hard to live up to your expectations. Now my karma is so heavy, Babaji.
Nobody's karma is heavy. Nobody. It depends upon, again, your attitude, how you look at it.
I'm very positive. I always try to.
But then why
look
should
at
you
the
say they are heavy?
Because I feel like a boat being, sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm there. I feel like, I
in
don't
life, you would always race a horse and you will load a donkey. You will never race a donkey. Because the ability. So similarly, the Lord knows our abilities. He knows some people can take more pressure and some people can't take pressure. So we shouldn't analyze. We do the best that we can do.
I'm trying very, very hard. Babaji, really trying. Babaji, I feel, with your grace, I am making progress. And thank you so much.
So then why worry?
I have this leg problem, so I can't sit and cross my leg.
Don't analyze. You do your best. That's important. If you are doing your best, better, he knows us. If he sees that you are making the right effort, earnest effort, rest he will take care of.
Does it make a difference? Like I can't sit in the bhajan posture and I'm sitting straight with my legs stretched out, but I can sit still in that position for quite a long time, but I can't sit in the bhajan posture, Babaji.
ठीक है, put some sort of support in front of you and put your hands on that.
So it is important to put that hands there.
Yes.
That is very important. If I don't...
Initially, yes. But once you can hear the Shabad, then you can hear the Shabad sitting here, driving the car, doing whatever you want.
So it's okay if I can just sit in that same position from all the while and I don't change.
Try and do the way you've been told. Once the Shabad is loud and clear, then you don't need anything.
But the light is, my focus is still, I find it I mean, though I can sit still for quite some time, but
Beta, that is the purpose of our meditation, na? To get a focus. We can't say, okay, first give me the focus and then I'll do my meditation. Meditation means learning to focus. So it's a constant struggle, I agree with you. But that's what we have to do. If every day we do it, eventually it will come naturally to us.
Babaji Radha Swami. Babaji, my daughter couldn't be here today, but she wanted me to ask you 2 questions. Is manifesting okay? Manifesting?
Manifesting what?
Manifesting positive thoughts about what you want to achieve in life and goodness in goodness.
Brother, these things have to come from within, you know. I think today we think that, okay, let me go for talks and hear things which are positive and do this and do that. Now, if I'm full of negativity, no person's words are going to make me positive. It's like, you know, you're hearing a satsang that one should be very humble, one should be very kind, and you say, yes, from today on I'm going to be very humble. You're going out, somebody pushes you, and you say, what the heck? Now, unless it doesn't come from within, are these things, you know, we talk about and we listen more than we actually practice. Unless you don't feel humility, unless you don't feel positivity, nobody talking to you and explaining to you is going to give you positivity. So let your actions be positive. And if your actions are positive, you are slowly going to dilute that negativity within yourself. But if your actions are negative, I don't think so any satsang, any scripture or anybody giving you a lecture on that is going to change the situation.
Babaji, the second question is, are signs a real thing, a reliable thing in terms of making decisions in life? Signs like can we depend on them?
Which world are you living in? Signs. What signs, yaar? The Lord has given you human birth. He's made you the top of the creation. What other sign do you need?
Which direction to go?
There is only one direction towards the Lord. There is no other direction. Ek aas viswas. Only one. We are the ones who've taken ourselves into duality, who've got different sort of objectives and all that. There should be only one.
Babaji, bless me so I can live by your will always. Radha Swami.
ਰਾਧਾ ਸਵਾਮੀ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਸ਼ੁਕਰ ਆ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਸ਼ੁਕਰ ਹੈ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਸ਼ੁਕਰ ਆ ਮਾਲਕਾ ਮਨ ਨੀਵਾ ਮੱਤ ਉੱਚੀ ਤੇ ਦਿਲ ਦਰਿਆ ਰੱਖੀ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਾਲਕਾ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਸੋ ਬਲੈਸਡ ਦੈਟ ਵਟ ਐਵਰ ਯੂ ਗਿਵ ਮੀ ਐਂਡ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਵਿਸ਼ਵਾਸ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ ਕਾਇਮ ਰਹੇ ਇੰਨੀ ਤਾਕਤ ਬਖਸ਼ਣਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਾਲਕਾ
ਬੇਟਾ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਦਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਨਾ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਸਮਝਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਕਦਰ ਕਰਨ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਬੇਟਾ ਜਿੰਨੀ ਕਦਰ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਨਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਮਾਲਿਕ ਹੋਰ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਦੇਊਗਾ ਉਹਨੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਕਮੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਛੱਡਣੀ ਮਗਰ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਦਰ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਦੇਖੋ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ 2 ਬੱਚੇ ਆ ਇੱਕ ਕਦਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ ਮਾਂ ਬਾਪ ਬੜਾ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਦੂਜਾ ਕਦਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਮਗਰ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਜਿਹਾ ਹੱਥ ਖਿੱਚ ਕੇ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਹਲੇ ਕਦਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਇਹ ਬਰਬਾਦ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਊਗਾ ਸੋ ਬੇਟਾ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਕਦਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਨਾ ਉਨੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਜ਼ਿੰਮੇਵਾਰੀ ਚੁੱਕਣੀ ਹੈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਦੇਊਗਾ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਬੜਾ ਸਸਤਾ ਸੌਦਾ ਹੈ ਬੇਟਾ
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਬਾਬਾ ਜੀ
Babaji, I just want to say I've been attending, coming to this to see you for almost about 30 years. And I just want to say that I love you so much. I really do. It's just that.
Sister, I appreciate your sentiments. At the same time, I think rather than just words, let's reflect it in our actions.
Yeah.
You know, the more positive we are, as I said, life has been given to us to appreciate. Yeah. Now the Lord has given us much more than we deserve. So if we appreciate what He's given us, He will give us much more. But if we keep on, irony of human birth is that we don't appreciate what He's given, we only see what is lacking. We're always looking at that. So let's see what He's given us. Let's be grateful. Let's be appreciative. And He will take care of everything.
Yes, Babaji. I go by everything that you say, and I try. I really try my best. Life has been a roller coaster for me, but I've always felt you. I've not been initiated yet. I've put in the documents in and everything, but I've always felt you. I don't know how to explain this, but every time when I hit rock bottom, I know you're always there to pick me up.
That is the entire purpose of spirituality, is to learn to feel His presence in our life.
Yeah.
And if we can feel His presence, it's like the child. A little child by himself gets scared. But if his father is standing next to him, now, irrespective of father has the ability to handle situations or not, but the child feels the confidence that my father is next to me, he will handle it.
I always feel that you're always with me. Everywhere I go, I have two questions, Babaji. In my line of work, I have to work with people from the other side of the law who have been imprisoned, and in that line, I see a lot of things. Sometimes my heart doesn't give that space to work with some people. But sometimes I keep getting that opportunity to work with them. I have this, I have to be ethically bound to work with them, but I struggle. What I'm specifically talking about is pedophiles. And it really hurts, but I don't know whether I should totally avoid that or be responsible to my oath and work with them. I'm really...
Sister, it's a very thin line. If it's affecting your peace of mind, then you should think otherwise.
Okay.
But on the other side, if you are strong enough and you can help in helping them to understand what they are doing is very wrong, and also bringing some of them to justice, we should do it.
Okay. One last question, Babaji. How do we deal with immature, stubborn children?
Sister, it's our own DNA, na?
Okay.
Their qualities haven't come from the moon. They've come from within us. Yeah. Whatever atmosphere we create in the house.
Yeah.
We forget when we were young, we must have done the same things.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, again, you have to learn to deal with it.
Okay.
Sometimes love, sometimes you pull their ears, sometimes you're strict, sometimes you're nice. But it's something.
Thank you, Babaji. I hope I will get into this year's initiation program. I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Radha Swami Babaji, thank you so much for this opportunity. During the initiation phase, we are told that 2 hours of Simran and half an hour of bhajan is required. Now, when doing meditation, if dhun appears, is it advisable to move to dhun and probably complete 2.5 hours in that, or continue with 2 hours of Simran?
Beta, the purpose of Simran is to collect the attention. And as you are able to collect the attention, you will start hearing the sound. The main thing is to hear the sound. Okay, Simran is only the preparation. But initially, the sound is so faint that if you switch, it will probably very soon go away. So you will end up just by switching to and fro. So initially keep on doing. When it's loud and clear, the sound, then spend more time in listening to the sound. But always start with Simran, and if you can hear the sound, spend more time in bhajan.
And second question, Babaji, is in my line of business, basically I'm a banker and we go for client meetings for lunch or dinner. And at times, I would basically avoid anything in general, but generally take juice or something. But let's say if clients are ordering non-vegetarian food, It is said that directly or indirectly we should not be involved in making even the payments as well. What should we do in that situation? Because the expenses are borne by the organization.
But we are part of the chain, na? If you become part of the chain, I'm not going to take a hard and fast sort of stand on it. If you can avoid.
Thank you so much, Babaji. Radha Swami.
Thank you.